All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Let me say what's good to the good people. I got allergies this morning, so I'm gonna be sneezing a lot. Excuse me. Ray Patterson in the building. What's going on, man? How are you, sir? How are you, sir? How are you, sir? Justin James in the building. Good morning. All things. What's going on? Valley in the building. Good morning. Woo. Oh. Cadillac 634 in the dough. What's going on with you, man? Oh, Heffy in the building. What's going on? Vlad's dad in the building. What's good with you, sir? Brock Howard. How are you, Mr. Howard? I hope you had a good evening yesterday. Vlad's dad. Is that the same guy as Leonard Ellerby's nose? What's going on, Mr. McKinney? Say good morning, Fanon. Kings and queens of the chat. Fam, smash the like button on your way inside. Let's get it done. Yes, please do. Hit that like. And the great Barbara D. Tony Brown. What's going on with you, man? Richard Paris, what's up, man? Blessings, blessings. Plagiarism, what's going on, man? Richard Paris, as always, good to see you. Yazume the God, what's going on, man? Good morning. I'm not sure if I've seen you before. I'm not sure. Maybe you changed your name. Uh, Richard Paris said, man, that snack program out there working miracles, huh? Ain't that something? Vicky Snacks in busted gloves everywhere I turn on YouTube, crazy stuff. What are you talking about, Richard Paris? Give me one second. Hold on. I got to do something. Still there, still there. Man, you guys are killing Terrence Crawford, man. I mean, come on, Richard Paris. Why y'all keep caring? Y'all are killing Snack out there, man. Y'all are not sitting. You guys are not taking that well. You guys are not taking that well. You guys seem bitter. What's up, DJ OC? Hold on, man. DJ OC, you know what it be. The number one DJs on YouTube, the Parlor of East Wheaton. And we will always tell you guys subscribe. Go get that good house music. I think you'll enjoy it very much, especially if you old school dusty type dude like me who gets tired of listening to Glorilla. Glorilla. Man, I listen to Glorilla. And somebody, I don't know why I listen to Glorilla, but I listened to Glorilla for a second and I was like, yeah, I can't do this, man. I can't do this, man. So look, we got a big fight coming up this weekend. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was watching the press conference. I'm listening to what everybody has to say. And I got to tell you, I think some of you guys are really reading this stuff the wrong way. I find it very funny that so many Americans, these Americans, oh, I'm definitely not looking, man. I felt like I saw who Sexy Red is. I felt like I needed to go get a shot just looking at Sexy Red. Hell no. Seriously, man, I felt like I needed to go get a booster. Oh, man, ain't no way. What? Man, ain't no way. Okay? Ain't no way I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Ain't no way. Sexy Red putting on for the Midwest. Hey, man, let me tell you, there's a bunch of girls in Chicago I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Okay? No. Thank you very much. You got me tripping. you gotta be authentically ratchet. Hey, man, look, man. All I'm gonna say is she is authentically unattractive. That's the only thing that's as far as I'm willing to take it. She is authentically unattractive. I am not trying to hear it. I know I know she's from St. Louis, but it's still the Midwest. Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Detroit, all of that's still the Midwest. So nah, man. I mean, no, thank you. And I don't think so, because I know women that got 13 kids. So I would think that they got her. You know what I mean? I would think that they got her. You know you're in a sunken place when her hit record is about, oh, I don't even know what her record is. I just saw her, I just saw her. Yeah, I know people with 13 kids, 13 with kids, definitely raw digger. So no. At least she's authentic, man, please. That girl looks nasty. And you guys can have it. Good luck, knock yourself out. She looks nasty. Okay. She looks like her room smells like backwoods. Backwoods and dust. No, I'm straight. No, thank you. I'm all right. Yeah, that's you. Okay. Have at it. Take it and run, dog, because I have no thank you. No, 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 no. Said, true that, St. Louis in the house. We are the heart of the Midwest. Yes, sir. Y'all in the heart. Y'all are, we know Chicago's the heart of the Midwest. I don't know what y'all talking about. How in the world? Man, she just no. I saw her. I don't even know why I saw her. I just saw her. Like, no. I'm straight. Yeah. She looked like she gut the back. She looked like the guts of the backwoods. She's just no, thank you, bro. Honestly, man, I don't see what y'all seen a lot of these people. On the real, like I'm still confused by what's that girl's name from New York? The one that's like calls people a munch. What's that girl's name? What's her name? The one that's a munch. The people calling people a munch all the time. The redhead. What is the big deal about that? Like, we literally are the gateway to the West. Yeah, but we the heart of the Midwest. Chicago, everything runs through the Chi. Okay? Everything runs through the Chi. If there ain't no Chi, there ain't none of y'all. Okay? Anyway, Ice Spice, yeah, big like I don't get it. I'm serious. I don't get it. I get Megan Thee Stallion. I can comprehend that one. Thought you was feeling her? No, I was not feeling her. No. No, I was not. They look like, honestly, man, they look like strippers on a reprieve. They look like strippers that I'll be saying, no, thank you. Man, Ice Fight is whatever. She's okay. I don't get the big deal. Cardi B, no, dude, Cardi B got a personality. Cardi B's got a personality. I can see Cardi B because she's got a personality. Like she got a lot of plastic, but she got a personality. She'll make you laugh. You know what I mean? Cardi B I can see Cardi B. She got a personality. And she just ain't straight nasty. You know? But anyway, let's get back to boxing, man. Says Chi-Town, the capital of the Midwest. Facts. Exactly, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear nobody. Ain't, man, please. Chicago, if you're not New York or LA, man, I ain't trying to hear you. I ain't trying to hear, bro. Whatever with Lotto too. She's prettier though, at least. I've seen her, man. You can keep all them things, dog. You can keep them. You can keep them all. I'm straight. Anyway, so let's get on this boxing, man. All right, so we got these big fights coming up this weekend, and I am getting excited about it. I can't tell you that. I have to tell you, honestly, I have not been tremendously amped up about it in the lead into the fight. But I got to tell you, man, there's just a lot of people that are taking Jermell Charlo for granted in this fight. Oh, yeah, Ohio. Yeah, for sure. Cleveland's in the Midwest, too, for sure. Yeah, Cleveland. Anything, anything really west of Pennsylvania. Anything west of Pennsylvania. Thanks. Fanon be talking about everything but the topic. John Bones. People want to talk to me about a lot of stuff. I'm talking about the topic. Here, do you see I changed my name to Mr. Hit the Link? Yeah, man, I'll be talking about whatever hits me at the moment. But I just think people are really underestimating Jermell Charlo going into this fight, man. I think that they're serious. I think he's just got to win rounds. I don't think he has to be perfect. I think he's got to win rounds. I think, dude, Canelo Alvarez, first of all, Canelo Alvarez and him are roughly the same size of guy. And Canelo has not been fighting the best competition. And John Ryder didn't have to be perfect. I think the Eurobum tour is gonna. I think the Euro bum tour can most definitely come and backfire on him, man. Same for me, Fanat. I think the fight will outshine the weak promotion. I don't really know so much of its weak promotion because I know about the fight. I've seen them talk about the fight. The problem is, I think the problem for Canelo is that Canelo Alvarez has been stuck over there on the zone, man, and he really just killed a lot of the momentum that he has for at least for the circle of boxing fans that I talk to on a regular basis. You know, I think he's too small for Canelo, but I ain't doubting that. Doubting the brothers 50-50. I don't think he's too small for Canelo. I don't think Canelo Alvarez is a 168 pounder. I don't think that now his chin might not hold up to Canelo. That's a legitimate concern whether or not what's going on Fi Israel Isaiah Yahil Israel, shout out to you, brother. I mean, I think it's a real concern about whether he can take the shot or not, but I don't think the size alone, I don't think he's just going to be overwhelmed with the size of him. He hasn't had that. He hasn't, but he has that pedigree. Mel could pull it off, but I doubt him. But I'm sticking to Canelo by stoppage, blown up middleweight, welterweight. He's never been in the welterweight division. Anything if Jermell Charlo is a drained down, is a shrunken down middleweight. I've seen him, bro. I've seen him. Yeah, for sure. Next time I see him, Thomas Hill, I've seen him. That's not a blown up welterweight. No way. Jermell Charlo is big. If that dude, that guy cannot be running around anywhere near 147. The pull-out bandit, thank you, brother, said the promotion isn't weak. It's that most of us want him to fight one of the Davids, either David Benavidez or David Morrell. Yeah, I mean, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. I definitely wanted him to do. It's a fight that not a lot of people expected. You know what I mean? Deborah Booker, what's going on, sister? Thank you for your support. Thank you. Said Deborah Booker said, good morning, Fanon. I hope that Charlo wins the fight this weekend. Me as well. I'm riding for my countrymen. I'm definitely riding for my countrymen. I just think that it is a case where somebody's really underestimating. I think people are underestimating a couple things. I've actually heard people sit there talking about how they think that he's afraid. But jump on, man, and let me know your thoughts, man. Jump on, let me know your thoughts. I'm going to have to get a call-in number. I think I'm going to do that call-in number thing pretty soon and let people jump on the phone and call in. Deborah Booker, blessings, queen. Yes, man, blessings, queen. If you look at the dudes, Canelo, he said, I got Mel. Ghost said, I got Canelo by stoppage, skill for skill, talent for talent, or even boxing IQ-wise. I think Canelo is just superior. I mean, that's not unrealistic. Other than the talent side, I don't see the talent. I do see that, I mean, you know, my guy Charlo just can't sit and exchange with Canelo. Yes, he uses legs, angles, and head movement. Yeah, he's definitely, like, he got hit by Brian Castano with that pressure from Brian Castano. The problem for Canelo was what's coming back at him. And now Canelo in the past has shown that he has excellent I'm sorry, I gotta practice this because I want my daughter to be able to come home and work. Charlo has KO'd all of his opponents. Not all of them. He didn't knock out all of them. He's been knocking them out for a while, but I definitely think he's got a lot of power. Yeah. He's definitely got a lot of power. Fresh Baker. and he can box. He has boxing skills. He can bang with you. I'm sure though that the personal matchmaker for Canelo Alvarez feels as if it is an easy go for him. What's going on, Claymore? What's going on, Claymore Rain? How can I help you, brother?
Good morning, brother. Good morning. Hope everything is well. Hope you're feeling good.
I am.
It's
I can't
fight.
complain.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Um, this is my intro for the week. It's fight week. It's fight week. It's fight week. Okay, got that out the way.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
we're getting close to it. I'm excited. I'm excited. Also wanted the opportunity to kind of put some closure and context to the conversation yesterday, just to say that, and I want to get to Canelo because that's what I want to
What
talk
was the
about.
conversation yesterday, man? You gotta.
Well, oh, no problem. Yeah, it was about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and Anthony Joshua being able to so I just want to put the context to it to say that look, I don't want to take anything away from Deontay. I'm a big Deontay Wilder fan. I just wanted to put perspective on the conversation as far as Anthony Joshua having the skills to do something with Deontay Wilder and the possibilities. But Deontay's a great fighter. Great fighter. I'm done with that. So Canelo and take that for whatever it's worth. Canelo and Charlo. As I've been talking all week and even last week I brought it up and I was really interested in the psychology of going into a fight like this, the psychology of of a fighter, right? Charlo's going up into a situation where he has his hand that's been rehabilitated. Supposedly, we're going to hope it's at least 95% rehabilitated, and he's going up two weight classes. He's trying to make history. He has all this pressure on him. At the same time, he's dealing with his issues with his brother. And he's trying to put this on the side for now and focus on the objective that he has in front of him. I think that's admirable. I wonder going into a fight like this where people are saying that a lot of people are saying like this guy's like 3 rounds down already just because of who Canelo is fighting where he's at with all the fans that are going to be there. And Canelo's explosive, so it looks good when he breaks out in the combo and he's walking down a fighter. It's just the looks of it from the judges. you know you have to ask yourself, what is Charlo planning on doing? Does he want to just hop around the ring boxing, or is he going to at some point try to dominate this fight and maybe even have the mentality where he needs to stop Canelo Alvarez? And what risk are on the table at that point if he's attempting to approach it that way, being that he's the left hand is not tested yet. He hasn't tested it in a match. No tune-up fights, no warm-up fight, right? He's just going right into this fight now, ready to go. And that I keep emphasizing also on that left hand because that jab is going to be such a necessary thing. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm trying to see. And I'm trying to see your perspective on it. Have you taken that into consideration? Are you wondering, is there a plan B if this left hand isn't, you know, what what's Charlo going to do? What's his road to victory? How does he win this fight?
I mean, if he can't throw a punch with his left hand, he's going to get knocked out.
Man, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I think that's what it comes down to as well. I think he will be. I'm just questioning how consistent because I think it has to be all night. I just think it has to be all night. I think he has to pump it all night, and I don't know if he's going to be able to do that. I wonder if he's going to be able to do that. I question it. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, my biggest concern for Jermell is number one, he does get hit. So getting hit by Canelo can be a very, very big problem because Canelo is a very strong puncher.
Right.
So if he gets caught in the exchange with Canelo, then yeah, Canelo's able to load up. It could definitely be a big problem with Canelo Alvarez's power. I think that is a legitimate thing. Also, the amount of the layoff for Jermell and the fact that Jermell has not fought in a while.
Hmm.
However, you know, I think Jermell has been fighting in very big fights consistently. So, at this point in time, yeah, I think it's definitely a longer layoff than is optimal. But I think, yeah, so really just the fact that Jermell is somebody that does get hit, and Canelo's power, along with the fact that Jermell has been inactive, are the caveats for me, right? And along with the fact that he's fighting Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez is a very, very good fighter. The worries for me if I'm on Canelo's side is that Canelo Alvarez is looking like he's in decline, and he's looked like he's been in decline for a while. Jermell doesn't look like he's in decline. Jermell looks like he's Jermell. What's going on, Rise Podcast? The last time we saw Jermell Charlo, Jermell looked fantastic. The last 3 times we saw Canelo Alvarez really didn't look that good. And Canelo, I do believe he's gone a loss, and he's gone the distance 3 times in a row. One of them was a loss. The other one was, the second half of the fight did not look good for Canelo. So if Jermell can stay the course and win early rounds and stay the course into the second half of the fight, he very may well be able to pull it off against Canelo.
Right. I agree with you on that. I agree. Do you give any credibility to Canelo saying that it was his hand injury that was making his training more difficult and making it a little bit more, taking away from his confidence at throwing his hands in that fight, and that now he's 100%, and that he's feeling like he's rejuvenated, and that it's like he's acknowledged his decline, and basically has said that it was due to something that's been fixed, and that he plans on coming into this match with a whole different energy. Do you give any credit to that, or do you think he's just making
Yeah, I
excuses?
mean, you talking about Canelo said that?
Right. Canelo was basically saying like, I know I've been looking kind of weird in my last couple of fights. There was a reason behind it, and I've fixed the reason.
Yeah, I give it credence, but I also would say, yeah, man, of course you're that's because your body's breaking down. You've had 64 fights, and you very well may be fine. It could be because you're just getting older, and you've had 64 professional fights, 64 training camps, and because you've been putting in all that work, you've been fighting 2-3 times a year this entire time, that over time your body starts breaking down. That's what happens when you get older.
Right.
And that's what you hear a lot of boxers say when they get older. They say, hey, this is the reason why this was happening. I feel a lot better now. I got past that. And then boom, you get hit again. You get hit again with something else. Kind of like, I mean, that's one of the things that Errol Spence Jr. is seeing after that car accident, is that, the car accident takes place, and then a torn retina takes place, then a hurt rib takes place, and your body starts breaking down, and you wind up getting more injuries over time. That's why the NBA is doing this stuff that they do with, reducing the load on certain players and resting them, just to prevent the wear and tear from taking place. But wear and tear is real. Wear and tear is very real. So, and the longer you fight, the more of it's going to be. The more you live, the more of it there's going to be. And it can definitely can be pushed along or sped along by the different habits that you have in your life: drinking, smoking, staying up late, right? Letting your weight blow up, all kind of different things, right? Whether if you're using certain enhancements to help you, right? All of those things can add to that. So I would say, yeah, I have no reason to believe that he's lying. He can believe that 100%. However, doesn't mean that your body that the reason that that's taking place isn't right. That it's because you're getting older. And I think that the number one issue with Canelo is the fact that Canelo's got 64 fights. There's just that wear and tear on your body, man. I mean, he for real came up and fought Floyd. I mean, he fought Floyd. Most of the fighters that fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. are retired. Matter of fact, I don't know if I go back and I look and see how many fighters that are actually still active that fought Floyd, it's not a lot of them. That are still even active.
Right. I agree with you 100%, man. I think all those are big factors. I think that's part of the reason why I'm excited about the fight, because I think we have all these factors, that the only way we're going to get these questions answered is by seeing them fight. We have no crystal ball to kind of like put a stamp on what it is and what it isn't. But I feel like this fight, the MVP is going to be the jab, and I feel like the MVP is going to be the psychology of both these guys. If Canelo feels that he's back, I think that's a big factor in him fighting like he's back. If he's not confident, like when he was dealing with those injuries, if he wasn't confident that he could throw that left hand, that's probably why he wasn't throwing it the way he threw it. And if he feels confident that he can, I believe he will throw it like he can. Hopefully, his body doesn't break in the middle of doing that. And the same thing with Charlo. If he feels confident in rehabilitation he's done in his left hand, then we'll see him fight the right way. I think both these guys have to have the confidence to fight the right way. Not get caught up in any mental blocks about what they can or can't do at this point. Believe in the training, believe in the rehabilitation you've done at this point, and fight the way you have to fight to win. Because I believe you have to fight the right way to win. You can't just win this by accident. It's too much skill in the ring. There's too much power in the ring. There's too much on it. You have to fight the right way. So I'm looking forward to see these guys fight the right way. And I think if they do, we're going to have a great fight. I think it's going to be better than the Terrence. I definitely feel like it's going to be more competitive than Terrence and Errol was, because Errol had his issues as well. So I think it's going to be that a great fight if these guys come that way.
Yeah, I think it. I mean, I think it's going to be a really good fight too. I know the undercard. I know the undercard is better. Like
It's
I don't think
insane.
you can. It's very hard to miss with an undercard like that, man. That is a really, and I certainly hope that those guys continue. That the PBC and Showtime, the guys that are doing that, continue to have undercards that are that good. I mean,
This is
from
the best one.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, from Ugas versus Barrios to Ramos versus Lubin, to all the way, man, to Jermell Moten down at the bottom of the card. Jermell Moten making his debut.
His pro debut. Woo.
Yeah, you got
Shout out
you
to the
got
young
Frank
bulls.
Sanchez, you got Frankie Sanchez on the card.
Yeah.
You got Wojciech on the card. There's a lot of really good. There's a lot of really good fighters. There's a lot of good fights on that card. So I'm looking for. I'm glad. I'm very happy about it, man. I think Showtime has really shown out this year.
I think people forgot. I think people. I remember earlier you were talking about it. It was so true. Like you were talking about it like a week or two ago. Like, yo, this card is not getting promoted the way it's supposed to be promoted. And it seems like in the past couple of days they finally started focusing in on promoting it the right way. But it's been so lackluster. But it's like the best card all year so far, in my opinion. And it hasn't gotten the promotion. Am I crazy? Like it hasn't gotten the push like for what it is.
Well, I think a lot of the conversations that we have. Thank you, Thomas Hill, for putting that out there, man. Thank you, Thomas Hill. Real quick, Virgil Women said, "Happy Friday to everyone. Let's go for time to cook. Best show on YouTube. We in here. Thank you, brother, for your support, man. It means a ton. Thank you, man. The amount of promotion that's taking place on the fight, I think, is fine. I think everybody knows about the fight, but again, it's not. Canelo is not the subject matter. I mean, the conversation about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is just so ubiquitous, and it's such just a heated conversation between the fan bases that disagreement between the fan bases, I think, really pushed the conversation about it. They also said the same thing about the lack of like real, a lot of interest in the Gervonta versus Tank fight. Gervonta versus Ryan Garcia fight was something like that, if I recall correctly. And it wound up selling and doing very well. But at the end of the day, I'm watching the fight, so it's promoted enough for me to pay for it. And in this particular instance, make it feel most definitely like it's all the way worth my money because of the number of fights that are on that card.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm not going to hold you long. I'm about to run in here and handle the business of the day. Just wanted to tap in. My usual,
all right, man.
What's up? Blessing and health to everybody. You know what I mean? Y'all stay focused, and we'll see each other Sunday morning.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. You take care, man.
Bye.
Yes, man. Yes, sir. And speaking of Sunday morning, I will not be here tomorrow morning because my son has 3 basketball games in the morning. So there will be there. So it is a day off tomorrow for the channel. There'll be videos out, and I'm gonna call a fight in the evening, but I will not be here in the morning tomorrow morning. Charlo always drops that guard when he throws a jab to the body. If Canelo times it, it's lights out. Yeah, I mean, look, he does get hit. He absolutely does get hit. Hey, thank you, brother, for that support, man. Virgil Wembley. Thank you, man. It is much, 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 much appreciated, man. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me check this. But Um, sorry about that. Yeah, let me get back to these comments. Where's the comments? Comments. Okay, cool. Fanon looking for what my guys say? Thank you, Virgil Wembley, man. Thank you guys for the support, man. It is big. Thank you. Let me check this Cash App real quick. Thank you. Somebody supported in the Cash App. Thank you, brother. What's going? Hey, Miss Fatzilla 79, brother. What's up? He said, $5 holler. Love the channel. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I'm trying to practice to speak more quietly because I want my daughter to be able to come spend a month with me, and she works for General Motors. She works remotely, but she has meetings all day, and I speak so loud that I'm trying to practice toning down my trying to tone it down. When you have a brother against a Mexican brother, the fight sells itself. We'll see. Barbara D. Thank you, sister. Barbara D with the super sticker. Thank you, sister, for your support. It means a ton. Thank you. Thank you for your continued support, Barbara D. Thomas Hill said, great concentration, play, success, and continued growth. Health to your son in his games tomorrow. Martin, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I won't be here tomorrow. I will be watching his basketball games and enjoying a family day on Saturday. These are these links, though. But my guy who asked the question, the Rise podcast. I mean, if I have to predict, which I thank you, Barbara D, really, truly thank you. If I have to predict, which I do not have to, I would say that I would lean towards Canelo Alvarez by a decision because I'm not picking him to knock out Jermell. But I think it's going to be very difficult for Jermell Charlo to get a decision over Canelo. I think it's just it's going to be very tough because the crowd is going to be very, very heavily Canelo. And since it's so heavily Canelo, it's going to be really tough for him to get, a lot of cheers, Also, Canelo is just such a dangerous fighter, man. But Jermell has just been fighting really, really tough competition. He's been fighting tough competition. But I think Brian Castano is a very underrated win for him. Brian Castano was a tough fighter, very difficult to beat. And I think we may see an upset. Marquise Mullins said, you deserve that time. Your content is A1, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I thank you so much. I'm trying my best. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best. I try my best through all of the positivity and through all of the negativity. Rise Podcast, Lubin Ramos. I'm taking Ramos. Barrios versus Ugas. I'm taking Ugas. Ugas over Barrios. Ramos over Lubin. Don't be mad at me, Erickson Lubin, but I'm taking Ramos because I think Ramos is coming in there like a machine. The Jesus Ramos, I've seen Jesus Ramos fight 3 times. I think the man is coming in there like a machine. And I think eventually he's going to get to Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin's face swells up, and he's subject to night. However, I do think that Ramos is going to come out a better fighter, and that he is going to get whooped up a good amount in that fight on his way to a win. Said Thomas at work, these machines too loud. Okay. Hey, Fanon, you're going to have to drop your son's basketball highlights. No chance am I going to drop my son's basketball highlights with these trolls around. Ain't no way. No way, brother. I'm telling you right now, man, there's so many miserable people on YouTube that I wouldn't drop pictures of my family. I wouldn't drop pictures of my wife. I wouldn't do any of that. There's so many miserable people, bro, out there. So many miserable people, man, out there on YouTube that really like to make your life miserable and would love to make your family members' life miserable. So, can't do it, brother. Jeffrey Pratt in the building. What's going on, bro? Thank you for that support, man. Big time, man. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Be Easy says, Martin, I believe if Jermell keeps a good stiff jab on Canelo, keeps a fast pace in the middle and late rounds, those are the times Canelo's stamina fades in and out. I agree 100%. I think he's got to get to the second half of the fight. I think he's got to bank like 3 rounds of jabs, and he's got to get into the second half of the fight. But at a point in time, dude, he's gonna have to sit down. He's gonna have to sit down and hit Canelo with some combination punches. And I do think he's gonna have to take a page. The Hebrew community supports you, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Shout out Shalom. Shalom to the Hebrew community. Barrios and Ugas should be interesting. Oh, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. And right about now, if I was going to post anything about my son, it would be his report cards. Straight A's, and he's halfway through the semester. And that's the goal. That's the goal that I've been looking for and wanting to see for him. So it's absolutely, it's absolutely beautiful. Now comment. Oh, Pratt. Okay, yeah, let me look. Let me go. Actually, I got to go to, man, I swear, man. Hold on one second. I'll find it. I think he put oh, there you go, bro. Oh, yeah, I got Mr. Pratt. He doesn't have to comment. I can see it. Thank you, brother. All right, Gregory Pratt, you are wrenched up. You are rich, Gregory. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I'm really on. I'm really on the fact that he's got straight A's. So basketball is all fine and dandy. I'm okay. I like those grades. And I just want him to continue that. Like 10 more semester, 9 more, just keep that up. Keep that up. What's going on? Chip Disney says, Shalom, Fanon. That's what's up. Shout out to you. Yes, sir, man. What's going on? Chip Dixon in the building. But here's the link for people, man, who want to chop it up with me. But there's not a lot of, and first of all, Jermell Charlo doesn't have a lot of haters. I think that is kind of messes with it. And I think the usual suspects of people hating on the PBC aren't going to hate on Canelo because they're hoping that Canelo's going to wind back up fighting with somebody other than the PBC. So, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Skills from New Orleans? Donald the now 68-year-old Grant, what's going on, man? He says, salute for the Magdan. Cursing Friday. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's Cursing Friday. Barrios and Lubin for the win. A must for Lubin and Barrios, but Barrios has to watch out for Ugas' body attack. He's good to the body. Well, the issue, hey, look, man, I'm rooting for Ugas because I want to see Ugas and Thurman. I want to see Ugas and Thurman. Even though, honestly, I will take a Mario Barrios win because he's from San Antonio. He's from Texas, so I got to ride with him too. So actually, man, let the best man win between the two of them. Is Jermell fighting Jose Benavidez? Damian Palacio. I have no idea, but I'm going to tell you, do not take that at face value. Do not take that at face value. Do not take that at face value. I'll put it that way. More than likely, that's not true. Dog, I'm so sorry that I have. Look, man, I got to speak facts with you. More than likely, that's not true. More than likely, it's not true. What about Ugas versus Boots? Oh my God, Boots by ridiculous beatdown. I would love to see that fight if that's what you're talking about, Rise. Boots and Ugas, give me Boots any day. I'm taking Boots over everybody at 147. I'm taking Jaron Ennis over everybody at 147. And for the sake of me being willing to be wrong, I'm taking him over Terrence Crawford too. Fanon, do you think Maul should fight Jacobs? I think Jermell Charlo should fight somebody that is very easy. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight Jose Benavidez, but I want to know, since when did Jermell Charlo become an undercard fighter? He's going to fight on the Jermell Charlo is now going to be on the undercard. When is the last time you saw? I know that Jermell, actually, man, I don't recall Jermell being an undercard fighter in a very long time. So now we're predicting that he's an undercard. They're going to, I'm sorry, I got to stop yelling. That they're going to put him on the undercard for David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. That first of all, let's be very clear. Showtime does not have their schedule set. So how is it that you already know that who's going to be on an undercard of the fight? How do you know who's going to be on the undercard of that fight when that fight, the fight on that date is not even set? The date on that fight is not even set yet. I don't know. I do not believe that. What's going on? Frequent Flyer said, Fanon, where is Virgil Ortiz at? Is he still ranked? I'm looking to see who can fight Boots. He's not in that weight class anymore. Virgil Ortiz is at 154 pounds. So, no, he's not going to be at that weight class. Virgil Ortiz is at 154. Marquis said a co-main or an undercard. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's the undercard. If he's fighting second, I'm still putting that on the undercard. You can, if you want to make somebody feel better about a co-main, that's fine. You know, but still, it's still, like I said, most of the times I see these things, they wind up not being true. So I'm going to say most likely not true. We were getting conversations. There was conversations going on about Errol Spence Jr. They said Errol is about to fight. Errol Spence is about to fight. I'm sorry. What is it? Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford is going to be December 30th. That's not true. Gervonta Davis is going to be fighting somebody on December 9th. That's not true. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford was going to happen in October. It was going to happen in September. It was going to happen in November. It was going to happen in December. None of these things wind up being true. Tommy in the building. What's going on, Tommy? How can I help you, sir?
No, just shouting you out in the morning, Fanon. And I want to say on the 3 big fights this weekend, I'm betting with my heart on all 3 of them. I'm not going to bet because I just don't got money to blow. Bet with my heart, but I'm betting with my heart, and I think Charlo has all the tools to beat Canelo. Canelo looks smaller than ever, which tells me he wants to come in fast. He wants to have stamina up. And Charlo looks way bigger than him around the shoulders and everything. I got Charlo, if he could stay focused, beating him badly, stopping him 11th round. Erickson Lubin, man, he got a tall order in front of him. If he could just box a little bit, just enough to establish distance, not smother his shots, he just got to knock this dude out. He's going to test that man's chin. Erickson Lubin can crack. He's a warrior. He's been doing this for a while, so I'm a fan of him. And Ugas, I'm Cuban American. I'm rocking with Ugas. I can see Ugas beating Barrios the way Bernard Hopkins beat Kelly Pavlik in a boring fashion. You know what I'm saying? I can see him 2-piecing him, grabbing him, clinching, going to the body, taking away the jab, and frustrating the shit out of Barrios with all them years of experience. That's all I got, Fanon. That's it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, Tommy. Shout out to you. My people are Cuban, so good. You know, good to see you. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.
Get back. Lubin got his face mushed against Fundora. Yeah, he did. Fundora's like a trick code, though, man. Fundora's like a trick code, man. That you can't, like, that's crazy, Erickson. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm in hater mode a little bit here, but I'm not mad that Mendoza beat Fundora. I don't like that. I didn't like that matchup, dude. There's just something not right about that dude fighting at 154. I know he can make the weight, but there's just something not right about Fundora fighting at 154. I think that dude just like he should be at, dude, I think at the very least that man should be at 175 pounds. Like, you got to go ahead and eat. You got to go do something. Buckle Up Boxing, brother. How can I help you, man?
What's up, Fanon? I just came in just give you a prediction for this weekend.
Sounds good, man. What's the prediction, man?
I'm going Canelo. I feel like Jermell just too small for none. He should be going up there to 168. I don't think he should be doing no skipping. I never liked it, never supported it, and I'm gonna go Canelo stopping him between 5 and 8.
Wow.
That's my prediction on that. That's buckle up, and that's all I came in to say to you for now. Good
Thank
morning.
you, brother.
Good morning. Have a good day, man. Get back with you on the next one.
For sure, man. Let me know. Come on back, man. Thank you, brother. Peace. Good to speak. Hey, man, that was a nice talk, man. Thanks for coming by Buckle Up Boxing. I like that, man. That's a good conversation. So, look, man, I ain't got no problems with these predictions, man. I just don't want to put it out there in the universe, man. I don't want to put the Lubin be taking unexpected L's. Yeah, but frequent flyer, it's time. It really is time. It's time for Erickson Lubin to, you know what, man? I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to say that I'm going to go against my better instincts, bro. I want Lubin to win because I think Lubin is overdue for a big win. I think Erickson Lubin is overdue for a big win. Let me check out Erickson, man. Let me see his last several fights were. And Erickson Lubin, man. Dude, look, he's 25 and 18. He's only 27 years old. Wow, he's young, man. Erickson Lubin is young. Sebastian Fundora, yeah. So he had Jason Rosario. Jason Rosario, I think it was a good win. Jermell. So yeah, he ran off Ortiz, Ishe Smith, Otto, Gallimore, Goshaw, Rosario. Then he ran into this Sebastian Fundora. And I think he was doing, and then he beats up on Luis Arias, and now he's with Jesus Ramos. Man, I'm looking for a good one out of him, man. I'm looking for a good one out of him. Marquise Mullins in the building. What's going on, man?
Can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you very well.
Okay. The only thing that I would say is there's a blueprint to beat Canelo. There's really no blueprint to beat Charlo because nobody has really beaten him. You know what I mean? Like Canelo, Mayweather already showed you the blueprint to beat Canelo. There's a blueprint. And I believe that Charlo, even though he's stepping up in weight, I'm not going against the brother. Now, don't get me wrong. Canelo is one of the greats. You know, he will go to the Hall of Fame no matter what. But
sure.
But that brother is hungry. You know what I mean? And he's stepping up to the plate and daring to be great. So I got to go for the brother.
Hey, man, I'm liking it. What do you think the biggest risk is? What do you think the biggest risk is for Jermell in the fight?
He gets punched. And Canelo has a hell of a chin. And he's not just going to let him walk in on him. And the Charlos are bullies, both of them. And they like to walk in. That's the biggest risk, walking in. Because you got to just walk in on Canelo.
Yeah, it's tough, man. The thing for me is that inactivity. You think the inactivity of Jermell is going to play? Do you think the inactivity of Jermell is going to play a role?
No, I don't think it plays a part because he's well trained. They got one of the best trainers in the world, you know, so he's going to be ready for the fight. But yes, I think that if he walks in, you just can't walk in on Canelo. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're just not going to be able to do that. Canelo will fight you. You know, even though he knows how to box, he will fight you if he have to. And he's proven it.
Yes, he has, man. Well, shoot, I'm looking for it. So you got it. So you disagree with the last caller who has it. What did my guy? Man, I forgot your dog. What's my man's name that was just on? Hold on, let me look because I know his name, and I don't want to. Hold on one second. Buckle Up Boxing. That's my bad. Buckle Up Boxing. Yeah. Yeah, man. So what did Buckle Up Boxing say? He said he sees it like in basically a mid-fight stoppage in the middle round.
The fight ends in stoppage one way or the other because both of them like to fight. Yeah, it is in stoppage. You know, somebody's going down because both of them like to fight. You know what I mean? Like, and they will engage.
Yes, sir.
That's what I told people about the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford fight. I said they are going to engage. Now I got Crawford. I picked Crawford because Crawford is a better counterpuncher, and that's what Crawford did. He was in high guard, waiting on him to come in, and that's how he stopped him. Because Spence, you know, and God bless my brother Spence, he's a one-trick pony. He loves that left hand, and Crawford was prepared for that.
Sounds good to me, bro. Well, thank you, Marquise. Thank you for jumping on, man. In this one, see, it's nice, man, because I ain't got to argue with nobody. We ain't got to argue today, man. I told you that's why I think that this fight is a little less pressed, because it's a lot less hot a topic. So because people aren't disagreeing nearly as much as they were with the other fights that were coming on, man. I appreciate you. Go ahead, Melvin. I'm talking.
If I could, I'm gonna go for my brother. I'm gonna go for my brother Charlo, just because, you know, Mexicans always go for Mexican fighters. You know, I'm a black man, so I'm gonna go for the brother. But I don't know how to turn out. It's a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, man. I think that's better than the bookies are giving you. I think what's Canelo like -1 430 or something like that. It's heavy that way, I do believe. But all right, bro. Yeah. Thank you, Marquise. Come back again. I
appreciate it, brother. Thank you for letting me in the show.
Man, anytime, man. So, hey, man, peace to place and blessings to you, brother. Peace. Thomas Hill in the building. What's going on, Thomas Hill?
Hey, what's going on with you, Martin? First off, good morning. I know you can't, man. You blessed and highly favored. And on top of that, the world is on its axis. We back to boxing, and we got a match that's going to be a classic with a card that's going to be epic. So, you know, I think this weekend is going to turn out right. And your son, man, good concentration to him indeed. Like I say, hopefully he goes up in there and he continues that upward climb that he's on and goes in there and plays well, plays healthy, and they get dubs. And he taking dubs in the classroom, so you can't ask for more. So congratulations there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I was just gonna say, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when you said John Ryder didn't have to be perfect, and he was over there clipping him. I believe that, you know, all he has to do is stick to his game plan, and if he boxes him and he uses angles, he attacks that body, and he remains his defensive responsibility, his guard responsibility, he's gonna be all right in that fight. It's gonna be tough because, you know, he comes in with rounds down. Unfortunately, when you fight Canelo, that's part of the equation. But if you put on a dominating performance, you can walk out that piece with a decision. I don't think he should go in there looking for a knockout, because that boy, he could take a punch. I seen him get hit square on with a hammer, and it didn't even buckle his foundation. So he gonna have to go out there and work him and break him little by little and take that body and continue to move, getting tired. Because lately he been having issues with fatigue. Canelo has. Canelo is coming in the best shape of his life. He been training. Probably been leaving out the carne asadas and the brew too. So he probably gonna be in the best shape of his life. I think Lubin in the fight with into the other point, considering having a blueprint. I don't know if it's necessarily a blueprint to beat anyone, but anyone can be beaten. And I honestly felt like the first fight was Castano. I thought he lost the fight. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he lost 7-5, but it was a great fight.
Jermell lost to Brian Castano in the first fight.
Yeah, I thought he lost it. I honestly thought that the draw was the best he could hope for, and it was a draw. I thought his inactivity mostly in that fight was what cost him, and he lost a couple of rounds that he should not have, because he just went inactive, because he was controlling the fight early on, and then he just stopped for some odd reason. I don't know. So I thought that fight was a fight where he actually could have taken a loss. But it was still a good fight by him. And I mean, Castano was a hell of a fighter. So yeah, I mean, anybody can be beaten. You just got to capitalize on opportunities. But that being said, Lubin, I thought that in every loss that he's had, I think he only had two: the one against Fundora and the loss against Jermell, he was pretty much controlling the fight early on in the fights. He was sticking to his skills, and it was good. And then he started brawling, and like you said, he sets himself in circumstances where his chin is exposed and up, and he can't do that against Ramos, because Ramos don't play. You know what I'm saying? Ramos come in there and he gets people out, and he throws punches and bunches with bad intentions.
He's a
But
big boy too. He's a big
man,
boy for that weight class.
you remember the fight against Spencer, man? I was feeling so. I felt every single punch he got hit with, and it
Yeah,
was sounding off. Like it sounded like he was banging a drum or something. So yeah,
yeah.
he gotta use his skill set. He can't get in there and trade. Otherwise, it's gonna be Rocky Dennis part two. But I'm hoping that he'll use his skill set and he'll keep him away and move him the whole fight. As far as Barrios, I'm hoping that Barrios sees this moment, because I like the young stallion, man. I think he got a lot of heart and he has skill. He's been in there with some tough fighters, and he pretty much held his own. So I'm looking at this Ugas opportunity as an opportunity he can cash in on, because if he don't see the gravity of the situation in this moment, man, Ugas can wear him down, because Ugas is no joke. So I'm thinking everything is gonna be. I think all the fights are gonna be action packed, and I think we're gonna get some good action. I'm just hoping that the people that I'm favoring will go out there and stick to their game plan and not try to do something beyond their success, their measure of success, and exchange with folks, because you need to just keep it to your best skill set, and let that be the thing that dictates whether or not you win or lose. Don't go in there trying to do more than you should. So hopefully, also I just came in here too because I was hoping that my man Windy City Assassin would click that link and give us that inside perspective on that breakdown. But thanks again for now, man, for allowing me to come up. I appreciate
Anytime,
everything.
brother. Anytime. Hey, man. And Windy City Assassin, man, got to click that link, man. He went on and put you on the spot. Told you, come on, get that insight. But all right, brother, I got the Prince right behind you, brother.
All right, we'll
All
have a
right.
good time.
Hey, man, thank you, Thomas L. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, and to my guy, Mr. McKinney, brother, thank you so much for the big $25 holler in the Cash App. Thank you for sponsoring the live stream today. Dude, this is exactly how we're able to continue to have this conversation during this very slow time in boxing. Here we go. Okay, this very slow time in boxing. So thank you to everybody that tips their hat to the channel so we can continue to chop it up. What's going on, the Prince 432?
Salute for nine, straight out of that West Texas, man. Salute to you, brother.
All right, brother. All right, man. So where are you? What part of where in West Texas? San Antonio
Nah,
or
Midland, Odessa.
oh, you're in Odessa. Okay, the great
Yeah,
junior college, where the great junior college is.
yeah, where the oil money is, man.
Mm, there you go.
I called in previously, man. I'm enjoying your channel, man. And like I told you the first time, I'm not a boxing savant or nothing like that. So I called to get a little wisdom and ask you a question or two if that's possible.
Man, it is. Hey, it's more than my pleasure, man.
All right, so for my first, I'm picking Jermell, Texas bias. Black brother, so
Yes,
I'm
sir.
riding with Jermell. But I've been watching a few channels like yours and some others I won't name. But and y'all, like I said, I look at y'all as, boxing novelties. Y'all know this sport, so all of y'all are picking Canelo. So as a person that just like to watch boxing, is it worth for me buying if all of you guys that know the sport are picking Canelo?
Oh, yes, because people be wrong. And as people can be wrong, man. Like I don't know anybody that's perfect on picking their fights, but if you listen to why the people I'll tell you why I'm picking them. I
Okay.
don't know really, like, if I had to score the fight, if they were asking me, if I'm going to score the fight, I would tell you that I would not know the outcome based off me scoring the fight. What's going on, Just Chilling? However, I think where a lot of people are picking them, the reason I'm picking them is because Canelo has such a big fan base and he has so many people that are going to be in the arena and he's the big cash cow that the judges may lean towards him and give him a fight, give him rounds. If rounds are close, they'll probably give him to Canelo. And so there's that aspect of it. Okay. However, the fight is a can't miss exciting fight. Like if you're watching it for the sake of watching the fight, watching it, kind of like if you look at an NBA game and you say, okay, these two, I don't know, man. I think that the LA is playing New York, but you know, you have a dude that's playing for New York that you're like, oh, God, this dude's probably going to score 80 on him. And these guys still may win, but you still want to see the fight. So, yeah. And then the undercard, specifically this pay-per-view, the undercard is very, very good.
Okay.
The undercard is very good. You have Ugas and Mario Barrios, and Mario Barrios is a Texas fighter. You have Jesus Ramos fighting Harrison Lubin. You have, I mean, there's just a lot of really good fights on that card. So yeah, dude, I think it's absolutely worth buying the fight. And again, nobody knows for sure what's going to take place, man. You know, it's got to happen in the ring.
Okay. Okay, and my last thing for now, thank you for that.
Yeah,
I will buy just to see the action. That's why I like boxing, the action, right? So
yes,
I will buy for that. And my last thing is with the layoff. I know Spence had a long layoff, but I don't believe Spence was in the gym like I think Jermell was. So with the layoff, doesn't that benefit a fighter for not taking punishment, not being so active and getting hits and just, you know, working on his skill set? Doesn't that benefit him more than it does hurt him?
I couldn't tell you. I think it depends on the age of the fighter and the physical condition of a fighter. If a fighter needs to take time off because of an injury, definitely, you know, it's better than is to take that time off and you let your injuries heal. So in the case of Jermell Charlo, his 16 months, it's good, probably best that he didn't rush himself back because he could have got re-injured. I don't think Jermell has ever really been inactive to the point that Errol has been, though, because you got to, when people are looking at Errol's inactivity, Errol has maybe, I think he's fought 2 times in 4 years, something like that. 2 times since he fought before the Terrence Crawford fight. He fought Danny Garcia and he fought Yordanis Ugas, but since after that car accident. So he had almost a 2-year layoff after the car accident. And then he had over another year off in between the Danny Garcia fight and the Ugas fight. And then he had another 15 months in between that fight and Terrence Crawford. So the inactivity of Errol is just on a completely different level than the inactivity of Jermell. Okay. So, and I think it just really depends on, the fighter. But as far as what my understanding is, if this is what boxers have said, and they're the ones with the experience, not me, that, you know, it's not this fighting in a ring is not the same as sparring. So it's better that you stay more active. Being more active means that you're going to be more sharp. So the best option is to stay as active as you can be. Right. But you also have to balance whether or not you get injuries and such.
All right,
that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it do, man. Like I said, I listen to you for the knowledge and the insight, man, on the sport.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you for allowing me up and allowing me to get my questions off to you. And I'm being in the chat listening to you, brother.
All right, brother. Come back again, man. It's great. I appreciate you chopping it up with me, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Salute.
Yes, sir. Windy City Assassin in the building, man.
Good morning, Fanon. Good morning, Fanon.
Good morning.
Salute to the chat. Salute to Thomas Hill. Always calling me. Always calling, but I told him.
You're breaking up.
Sorry. How about now?
Keep going. I can't keep talking. I can't hear you yet.
Okay. That's time. Like
yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah, you're breaking up real bad, brother. You got to go to a different spot.
Okay, let me move around. Yeah, like I was saying, like I told Thomas Hill today that I haven't gave too much insight on it because I'm kind of biased
Okay.
I don't like cheaters. And I feel like Canelo a cheater. So
Are you breaking? Are you talking?
yeah, I'm talking.
You keep going long periods of time and me not hearing you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah, but
Yeah.
I hear you in breaks. Like it'll be like 15 seconds or 10 seconds where you don't say anything.
Okay, I think it corrected itself now. Can you hear me
Okay,
now?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Like I was saying, I'm kind of biased. I don't like cheaters, and I felt like Canelo a cheater. And but if I was to break it down objectively, I would think Mel needs to stick to the jab, up with the 1-2-1. Um, keep Canelo on his back foot if he can, going stick with his hard jab to the body, because both Charlos have great jabs. Mel has stopped somebody with a jab, and Maul has dropped somebody with a jab. So they both
Yeah.
have great jabs, and and Mel has a great counter hook too. So so do Canelo, which he uses a lot, and that overhand right. So it's some sneaky things that Mel does that that he can do to be successful, especially like how he throws combinations in the inside and turn. I see him do that a lot, and then he just needs to stick to that jab. Just box him. Don't try to fight Canelo. Fight him in spots, but don't try to fight Canelo on his terms. You know, fight him on your own terms. He's gonna try to go to the body. He's gonna try to throw several shots to the body, but and moving his head and as he coming in, but don't try to shoot for his head when he's moving his head. Shoot for his chest. Shoot the jab to his chest. So because the torso is gonna be big, it's gonna be there. So and that way you can knock Canelo off his balance, knock him off his rhythm as he's trying to move his head, because he got good upper body movement. So it's good head movement at the same time. His feet are kind of sluggish and slow, but he got good upper body movement and to set you up for those counters. Yeah, but like I said, I'm rooting for Mel. Canelo, he's Canelo. You know what he does. He gonna come in. He gonna try to slip counters to the body and to the head, overhand rights that he like to set up with the uppercut. If you try to dip down too low, he likes to pull you in. If you throw your 1-2, he likes to roll both shots and throw that counter uppercut. You got to watch out for that. Sometimes just feint or throw the double jab and keep him off rhythm with that counter, because he is going to try to throw it. Yeah, that's about it for that fight. And for Ramos and Lubin, I got Lubin. I don't count Ramos out though, but I'm just rooting for Ruben. I think it's about, like you said, I think it's about time for him for a big win. It ain't gonna be no easy task, but he definitely can make it work. And Lubin is strong. He's very strong. So I think he can keep him off him. You know, he got a good 1-2-3. I think he got a good skill set. It's just, would he stick to the game plan? You know, he has the game plan in mind. He know what he needs to do. Is he likes to fight. You know, he likes to fight.
Lubin?
Yeah, Lubin. Yeah, he likes to fight, and so does Ramos. And he throws punches and bunches. And I seen him throw punches and punches. So, and he got good skills as well. So it's gonna be a great card. A great card. I'm loving it, and it is worth the buy. It's worth the buy. I like to spend my money on things like this. Like I bought the last fight with Spence and Crawford because I love the good fight. You know, I'm gonna buy this fight because I love a great fight. I'm gonna support a great fight anytime, any day of the week. It's just, I love boxing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna support the sport I love and have passion for.
Yes, sir. Have you seen, question real quick? Have you seen Jesus Ramos in with a southpaw?
I have not yet. Not to say that he don't know how to handle one, but I have not seen him win. I got to go back and look, because the last few fights I seen him and no, I don't. I don't remember seeing him with the southpaw.
Yeah, I got to go back and look at that, man. I got to actually. I think tonight, I might watch some. I might watch some some more of those more Ramos fights and more Lubin fights, man. But I look, dude, that is seriously, man. That is a good card. That is a good card, man.
Yeah, it's
And
worth the dollar.
yeah, it's almost making me hope, like, just it's all of this talk about what Showtime, like what Showtime's schedule is going to be, and whether they're only going to have pay-per-view fights or all of this stuff, man. I would almost rather that a lot of these fights, like for example, like an Ugas, two of those fights, the Ugas versus Barrios and Lubin versus Ramos, both could be like regular Showtime fights, right? That you may just watch, that are just free, but to put them on the undercard of those pay-per-views,
Oh yeah, they're giving us a treat.
man, that's a treat, man. That's a really, like, for people that really don't watch a lot of these cards, don't like watch the fight until the fight actually starts, like
Mm-hmm.
the main event starts. This is one of these fights. It's like, man, no, you need to
I wa-
watch the
I
3 or
watch
4 fights
prelims and all.
before
I watch
Huh?
prelims. I watch prelims and all. I want to see
Yeah.
the up and comers. I want to see the young youth that or people who haven't got a shot and just now getting their shot. I like the underdog as well. I got a root for those guys. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah. What about Morton?
Who?
I
Oh,
think
come on, Moten.
yeah, Moten. Yeah, I'm sorry, Moten. Yeah,
Oh
I ain't.
yeah, yeah. He's gonna probably be on the. I think he's probably gonna be on the YouTube portion of it,
Mm-hmm.
like televised on YouTube. More than likely, I don't think that they're gonna put him on the actual pay-per-view main event card. But man, I like that a lot, because man, that's getting that kid out there to fight at the T-Mobile Arena.
Yeah,
He's obviously somebody that that's going to get opportunities, man. He's turning pro very early at 17 years old. I think you can do that in Vegas, in Nevada, but you can't do that in other places.
mm.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out Carmel Moten on it, on that undercard, man.
This is his debut. He fighting an undefeated fighter. 4-0,
Yeah, it's
right?
like 4-0. Yeah, it's like a guy that's 4-0, undisputed. So it's somebody that around is developed somewhere. 4-0 doesn't have a ton of experience, provided they're not pulling him out of Mexico or something, where he's got another 40 fights and they just ain't saying nothing. Because I do think, let me look at it real quick. I do think he's a little older.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me see, man.
yeah. And that Raymond, what is it? The other fighters on the card. That's the Ugas.
Oh
Ugas
yeah, and Ugas and Barrios.
Barrios. Man, that's gonna be a great fight. Barrios got a lot of punches to throw. He throw punches and bunches as well. Once he get hot, he got good combination selection. We know Ugas a counter puncher. And he's good. He's good with throwing to the body as well. As that's going to be a great fight as well, man. I don't know who to choose in between that fight. I just want to see a good fight. I kind of see Barrios doing his thing though. I kind of see Barrios coming out on top with his length and his reach and his youthfulness. He probably can pull it out a little bit. So, but can't count Ugas out because you light a fire up under him. He can go too, and
Yeah, he can.
he got that Errol Spence experience.
Yeah, he actually got a
And then-
lot of experience, man. He's fought a lot of dudes. He beat Pacquiao.
Yeah,
Yeah, he beat Pacquiao. He fought
Sean
Sean
Porter.
Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat the brakes off one of the guys that I really like, was Omar Figueroa.
Yeah, Figueroa. Yeah, he dog walked him.
Yeah, he did.
So
Yeah, he did.
it's some great fights on this card. It's worth the buck, man. I love it what PBC doing. I know all the haters and detractors. Say all PBC was going out of business and stuff like that when then knowing it was like sort of a merger type. Man, they doing their thing and they showing it. And Steven Espinoza just sitting, he's sitting there. You heard that thing about him and Rogan?
Yeah, let me do something real quick. Let me do
Okay.
something. Hey, Aman Ra Ugan, thank you, brother. He said, driving on the interstate, semi-truck driver, wanted to show some love, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Drive safe. Thank you, Aman Ra. By the way, man, shout out to all of the truck drivers out there, man. I know there's a lot of people out there driving trucks to listen to the show. So thank you guys for checking me out on the road. Man, y'all be safe. Don't go looking in your back while you're driving. Man, thank you, brother, for your support. And that's a big $20 holler, so that means a lot. Thank you, Remy. I mean, I can't know why I want to say Remy Ogon, man, because I've definitely seen you before. But Amon Ra on Ogon, thank you, brother.
Uh,
All right, man. Well, let me roll back. Let me get back with you, Windy City.
all right,
Appreciate you, brother.
all right,
All right, man. Get back.
back.
Peace. Yeah, man. Always a pleasure talking to you guys, man. Can somebody please tell me where I can watch Carmel if it isn't televised? The Showtime's YouTube channel. It's either going to be on the PBC's YouTube channel or it's going to be on Showtime's YouTube channel. And I can actually get you that information right now. Give me 1 second. Showtime Boxing, Showtime Sports. Let's see what live streams they got scheduled. They have the undercard. Oh, let me see. Yeah, the prelims will start tomorrow at 4:30 on Showtime Sports YouTube page at 4:30 p.m. Alvarez versus Jermell Charlo prelims, Showtime pay-per-view countdown at 4:30 p.m. on Showtime. That's where you can get it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So look, let me put that link back in here. Anybody else wants to give their conversation about that. But yeah, especially y'all truck drivers out in Northeast, be safe with these roads. Yeah, be safe. Yeah, and shout out to all the truck drivers. So that's why I usually do long live streams, because I know you guys are out there on the road listening. And thank you guys for doing that, man. How do you think the pay-per-views are going to do? I don't know. I think they're going to do Palacio, Mr. Palacio. I think they'll do well. I think it's going to my personal belief is going to outsell Errol and Terrence Crawford. That's my personal belief, that it will outsell Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, because unfortunately they did a lot of damage to that. They did a lot of damage to that, to the pay-per-view buys for that fight. A lot of damage. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of YouTube channels that did a lot of damage to that. A lot of YouTube channels that did damage to it. I think Mike Coppinger did a lot of damage to it. I think Terrence Crawford did a lot of damage to it. I think that those guys really affected. I think that their decisions really truly affected the marketability of that fight, because at a certain point in time, people got sick of it. They were like, man, I don't believe it, and even if I see it, I don't want to see it. I mean, they did it. I really think, like, certain people think that guys did a really good job in negotiating, and oh man, no, you cost yourself. I think you could have very well cost yourself a lot of money. Ariana, what's going on, man? Patrick Bell said, Fanan, what's up with the gong? Here's the gong. Oh, I wasn't doing a gong because I'm trying to practice making less noise. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. I've been trying to tone down. Hey, thank you to everybody that gave out there on the super chats, man. For real. I was trying to practice today because I want my daughter to be able to spend a month at home, and she has to work. And whenever I hit that gong, and with the way that I speak loud, you can hear it. My wife can hear it in her office. So I was trying to do that, but the gong is right there, Patrick Bell. And I'll hit the gong here forward for any super chats and cash apps. Please forgive me. I was trying to practice. I was running an experiment. What it do, Marquis? Hey, Canelo has an entire country behind him. Pay-per-view should be great again. Grade, but Mexico is not buying the pay-per-view in the United States. Mexico's not buying the U.S. pay-per-views. When I'm talking about pay-per-views, I'm talking about the U.S. pay-per-views. But I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to do well. I think that I think it's probably going to do as well as or better than the Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant fight. You the man in your house. Why you need to be quiet? Because my Derek Choice, I am the man in the house. I am. But my wife is a woman in the house, and my daughter is another woman in the house. And if I'm making a bunch of noise while they're working, it's going to affect them. It's going to affect them. That's why I have to. Yeah, frequent flyer. I remember the Gong Show. That was on when I was a little kid, man. Chuck Barris in the Gong Show. Yeah, that's why. It's called being considerate. You know what I mean? And also, I'm not one of those dudes, man. I'm not really on this. I don't get that. Like, I mean, I don't want to. I'm trying to talk specifically boxing today, but I don't really get this. I'm a man in the house. It's my wife. It's my kids. It's my house. I run everything. I mean, I don't really get on. I don't really. It's not how I think of it. To tell you the truth, I'm not that. I'm trying to tell you, people. I'm not an alpha male. I'm a sigma. I hate to say, like, and I mean that. Like the way they define that stuff, dude. I'm not like that. I'm the boss of myself. I know that. You know what I mean? I run me. And I'm going to let anybody know right away that I run me. You don't run me, I run me. If I do the things that you want me to do, it's because I want to do the things that you want me to do, not because you run me. And I believe the same thing with my relationship with other people. I don't run my wife. She and I are married. She's going to make her own choices. Those are her choices. She has the right to do whatever she wants to do, even if I don't like it. That's her right. And I have my right to do what I want to do. And the fact that I would not do something that she doesn't want me to do is related to the fact that I don't want to do something that would disrespect her or insult her. And I would hope she'd have the same for me. So there you go. That's the answer to that. Like my ego's not wrapped up in it like that. I'm not insecure. Hey man, subscribe to my guys at the Parlor of East Wheaton. Let me put this in here. It is so nice not to argue with Terrence Crawford fake fans today. Please subscribe to my guy. What's going on to my guy so deep? Hold on one second. Subscribe to my guy at the Parlor of East Wheaton. He says Sigma here. Yeah, man. I'm like all these control freak people. That's just not even fun. Why would you want to be around somebody that's going to do everything you want them to do when they say do it? And if they don't, I see we have a caveman in the chat. Yeah, like, man, I ain't trying to do that. You sow too much ill will. Your life be miserable every opportunity she has to make it miserable. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to this, man. The second subject on this is the hate the PBC Showtime. Fans hate the PBC and Showtime carried boxing. Deborah Ricker, correction, Fanon. I like I said, you're a real man. You don't have to prove it. And that's why I continue to follow you, because you show the utmost respect towards women. Where did it go? Towards women. Salute to you. Deborah Booker, thank you, sister. And I hope that you're doing well. Absolutely. And I would never do. And I would never do otherwise. I don't understand a lot of y'all's take on women. Don't get it. Ray Davis said, that's exactly why I said thanks for being a real dude, because the people be thinking that you are Mr. from Color Purple because you be slapping them 4 boxing fans around and cooking their arguments. I'm going to tell you, man, I don't like idiot. I don't like somebody. Let me be clear. If you start something with me, dude, it started. If you start something with me, it's you. As soon as you started, it started. If I get a wind of you starting it, it started. You're not. Yeah, I'm sorry, you're not being slick with me. I'm not in the mood for that. Espinoza and Dana went at it. Yeah, look, man. Here's the thing. Boxing is better than the UFC. For me, in my personal opinion, boxing is better than the UFC. It's better than mixed martial arts. I don't enjoy it. And when you have a big boxing match is going to trump the UFC every time. So what these guys do is they try to find a way to minimize boxing consistently. And I believe that they do it through the press. I believe, this is my belief, I don't have proof of it, but I believe that they work with the media, corporate media, in order to systematically try to drive down the popularity of boxing by consistently claiming it's not doing well. It fails. Everything is a failure. That's what you get out of Rick Glazier. Everything is this is a failure. That's a failure. It's another failure. How in the world do people keep staying in business since 2018? I mean, they've been saying it about Showtime for the last 5 years. Kai, thank you. Hey, thank you, Kai. Appreciate you. Said for support. Thank you. Can't do it without you. Thank you very much. Because guess what? We can't do it without you. What's going on, Rodriguez? What's going on, Rodriguez? Jackson TV. Yeah, so I mean, every time that there's a big fight, MMA gets shut out. MMA says something about that they're going to start doing fights on Cinco de Mayo and Cinco de Mayo weekend, or what do they say, either September or Cinco de Mayo, and they don't care who's going. Let me tell you, you should care who's going. You should care who's going, because a big boxing match is going to beat you. The problem a lot is going on with boxing, in my opinion, is this garbage like Tyson Fury in the MMA. Like, I'll tell you who a big interview is. A public traded company. Steven Espinosa called the UFC a publicly traded company. What do you mean? It is a publicly traded company. Black Parent. What's going on, Black Parent? Thank you for your support. And let me give you the gong, man. Thank you, brother. It's a love the boxing talk mixed in with black excellence. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate your insight. It's really helpful to grow as a young black father. Yeah, man, let me give you a piece of advice, man, as a young black father that I wish that I would have known. Don't stress your kids out. Don't stress your kids out. Don't traumatize your kids. I would try to teach them, get them to learn how to become very good at something and recognize that they're going to make mistakes, and do not overreact to the mistakes, but be consistent. Be consistent with them. You know what I mean? It's about them. It's everything you teaching them is putting them in a position to learn the things that they need to learn on their own when they leave you. I know he said it was fun. Oh, so why a young black father? Why not just a young father? Because he's black. That's why. Let me ask you why I would talk to you. That's why. What? If boxing could figure out some of its problems to make UFC fights would be as powerful as a power slap. What is that? If boxing could figure out some of its problems to make fights, UFC would be as powerful as power slap. That's what's up. Merch is dumb. That's what's up, man. Yeah. Look, the problem is the media. The problem is the part of the reason that the UFC is doing well is boxing's problem. Boxing, the most consistent support base for boxing are black people and Mexicans. And the European American feels isolated. And the European American boxing fan is, by and large, from my experience, is very, very bitter. They're very bitter. They're very resentful. And they cling to Bob Arum. They cling to Top Rank. And they are everything and anything and everything that they can crap on with the PBC they do. At least the people that are trying to, let me be very clear, the people that are trying to appeal to that fan base, rather. The people that are trying to appeal to that fan base, not that fan base itself. But the people that are trying to appeal to that fan base. And a lot of these boxing media people are not really boxing fans. They're not really boxing fans. They're journalists who got a job covering boxing. And they would and they need access to both boxing and MMA. Deborah Booker said, I just wanted to show you some love for being a real man. You can teach a lot of men how to be a good husband and father. Thank you. I have a good example. I have a very good example in my father. And I have another really good example in my grandfather. Much love in that super chat. Thank you, Deborah Booker. Thank you, sister. And I had very good examples in my I could turn to advice from my father about marriage. I could also turn, it said, yeah, I had a great example. Yeah, thank you, Zodi. Yeah, great example. Absolutely. And I've seen some really bad examples too. Thank you, Fanon. Hey, Windy City. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I'm not sure what you're thanking me for, but thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the thank you. Yeah, I had a really great example. And my dad never tried to control my mother. Never seen it. Not in person, not in in my observation. I've never seen him be somebody to try to control anybody. He's much more about, look, man, I got to achieve the things that I have to achieve. You need to do the things that make you happy. But just to be domineering and all of that, no, who wants to be around that? Like, who wants to stress over the course of, you're going to be together for the rest of your life? For the rest of one of your lives? Right? So, come on, man. Well, he couldn't do that even if he wanted to. No, he couldn't. Now, my mother give you some stress. I like the way Trill Bill moving Devin Fanon. Devin Haney. Oh, said, I know. Hey, you know what? You know what he said that was funny? Ray Davis. He said it's a battle of wits with somebody that's unarmed. Battle of wits with an unarmed man. Dog, I thought that was they just keep saying the man. I mean, dude, that is completely orchestrated. I like the way Trill Bill is moving Devin Fanon. I like the way I do like the way he's moving him. I think he's doing an excellent job. Oh, your message was received. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Why is being a good man to let women do whatever they want? I'll stay single. Their choice. You are a supporter of the channel, so let me explain this to you. You're not going to let anybody do anything. You're not going to let them do anything. They're going to do what they want to do. What are you going to do? Tie them up? Beat them up? What? Let them do whatever they want? They're going to do what they want. If they do something that you don't want them to do, then you deal with it. That's not difficult. If my wife leaves the house, I'm not going to say you can't leave the house. It's Saturday night. You want to go have a drink with a friend or go meet somebody that comes in town. My wife is a grown woman. Why should she have to ask me for permission for that? You're a grown woman. You can do what you want to do. If she wants to go out of town and spend a week out of town somewhere, she can go do it. Provided if I have to pay for it, or if it's going to come out of my pocket or it's going to come out of our money, then it's something we should discuss because of the money, but not her ability to go do it. Why would you want? I don't understand why you would want that. If I want to go spend a week in New Orleans, and I mean this, if I just say, look, I'm stressed out, I'm going to go to New Orleans for a week. I'm going to go stay at the Royal Sonesta Hotel, and I am just going to walk up and down Bourbon Street, eat Creole food, and relax for a week. And I'm going to pay for it. Hey, I'll be back. You know what she'll say? Oh, okay. Are you sure? That's it. Why wouldn't you want that freedom in your life and want that freedom for her in her life? Why would you want to become an oppressor for somebody that you have a relationship with? You can be married. If she goes off and does something you really don't want her to do and you find out about it, then it's like, okay, well, we don't really have this relationship that I thought anyway. If you're going to go off, if she's going to go off and do something with some man or do something that you think is dishonest or that you don't want, then you really don't have that relationship anyway. And tying her to your house isn't going to do anything about that. Isn't going to keep her from doing that. I want to be somebody that somebody wants to be around. I want to be somebody that somebody is going to be that where they're like, man, I'm really happy that I'm in a relationship with him because he doesn't stress me out. And when I'm in need or I'm disheartened, and if I'm having a hard time with something, he's a support to me. He also takes care of the kids we have together because we both wanted. That's the type of person I want to be myself. And if the person winds up not being that way to me, then you're going to have a problem. And I don't know how long I'm going to stick around if you wind up being that type of person. Then we had a totally different issue. Hey, Hermaine Hardrick said, happy Friday, Fanon. I got Charlo in the ninth. Yes, sir. That's wishful thinking, but I'll take it. Yeah, I'm sorry to get off the boxing conversation for a second, but stop telling men to be weak. I never told you to be weak. I'm going to tell you to stop being dumb. Okay. Go ahead and do it. I don't care. Goodbye. To each their own. I don't need it. You guys get a lot of divorce. You're going to wind up being divorced or unhappy. That's the way that I see it. Hey, Fanon, I'm late to the party. What did I miss? We just talking boxing. Talking about this fight coming up. Efren said, Fanon, you are right. You're still married and I'm divorced, so you are proven right. I mean, okay. I'm trying to tell you. You guys want to tell you want to relate. You keep thinking people are puppies. Men to be weak. What are you talking about? Weak. You're weak. If you got it, let me tell you, I hate to compare this to a dog, but I'm going to do it. Have you ever seen somebody that has a dog that can walk off the chain? That dog is going to come back to your house. Garrett Silk, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I didn't say women are not like men. Women are like men. And you guys cheat a lot. Thank you very much. And the more oppressive and naggy a woman is, the more likely you are to cheat. So why would it be any different with them? The more your wife or your girlfriend nags at you and tells you what you can and cannot do, the more resentful you get, and the more likely you are to go find a woman to give you a break. The more, and I hate to tell you, this control is nagging. The more nagging you are, the more controlling you are, the more likelihood is that they're going to act a fool when they finally get some space from you. But okay, you be somebody that somebody doesn't want to be around and see how long and how well that goes for you. Good luck. Oh, it's a very good example, man. Anyway, look. Dude, you have a lot to learn. Sounds like immaturity to me. I mean, it is what it is, bro. You guys go do you. Good luck. Go do you. Good luck. I'm going on 25 years of marriage. 25 years of marriage with the ups and downs and all of that stuff. And we're more happily married than we've ever been in 25 years. We get along better after 25 years than we did after 2. So you say what you want. I know my wife does not feel oppressed, and I'm not worried about her cheating. I'm not. My wife doesn't feel like she's limited her career. She hasn't. She's got a PhD. She's had her children. She goes where she wants to do. She does what she wants to do. I would rather be married to a woman like that than being married to a woman that feels like she can't walk out the house without makeup because I tell her, oh, where's your makeup today? Where's your makeup today? Why are you dressed when you're walking out like that? You speaking for your wife, though, Derek Choice? I'm not speaking for my wife. I haven't said anything. I got a PhD, RIP, yes, sir. Bro, look, I'm not spoken for my wife at all. I know we are. I know. Oh, matter of fact, you know how I know we're happier? Because I ask her. I ask her. How about that? How about I know I can say that because I ask her. Hey, I just want to ask you this question. Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel appreciated? She says yes. I said, do you feel more or less appreciated now than when we were earlier in our marriage? She says yes. I know my wife did not feel at times that she was appreciated because she told me, I feel like you do this, you're disrespecting me. Every time I come by and I see this, I find like you shouldn't have to ask your wife. Why shouldn't I have to ask my wife? You don't know what you're talking about. Do you feel valued? Yes. Do you feel appreciated? Do you feel valued? Why wouldn't you have to? Why shouldn't you ask your wife that? Why wouldn't you ask your wife that? What's wrong with you dummies? Why would you ask if you had a customer? Don't you ask your customer, hey, customer, I really appreciate your bill. I really appreciate your business. I would like to know if you really like how our business relationship is going. And they would say, yeah, I really like it. But here's the thing. You showed up late to work this day. This didn't get quite done the way I wanted to get it done. And then you say, okay, great. Well, thank you for letting me know I'm going to work on it. And then you work on it. Derek Choice, stop, man. What is that? Stop. You're talking. You're just bumping your lips, bro. You're bumping your lips, bro. You're bumping your lips. If nothing happens to me and my wife, I am almost thoroughly convinced we're going to make it to death. Okay? Because I'm going to make sure that if that's what as long as she doesn't do anything where I am like really put off, and I don't do anything to her where she is really put off, you tripping. You guys are tripping. Black parents say you make too much sense, OG. That's why they disagree. They say you can't read their minds. You got to ask them. You got to ask them. Are you happy? And if you're not, what? What makes you unhappy? Well, I'm unhappy because of this. If I do this and I do this, do you think that would be more happy? Yes. Well, what about you are happy? Well, this would make me more happy. And you don't get mad at the other person for it. And you work for it trying to solve. What's wrong with you? Dude, you do that with anything else in life. You do that anything else in life, man. You guys with this alpha, I'm the alpha king. You're going to do what I say. She going to cook this dinner. When I say cook this, no, I'm going to cook. Thank you very much. I cook because it works better. Okay. But anyway, y'all you keep doing that. A real man knows what his wife needs without asking. No, you do not, you moron. No, you do not know what your wife wants without asking her. You think you know what she wants without asking her. You don't know until she tells you. But whatever. Blessings on your marriage, but I'm staying single. Yeah, you stay single, brother. A real man knows. A real man reads minds. A real man will verify. You dummy. A real man knows. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, dude. A real man knows, huh? Oh, yeah. Men got great reputations for knowing what are on women's minds. I hear that all the time. My man knows what I be thinking. No, he doesn't. Man, you be sitting up there confused. You'll sit up there, what does she want? I have no clue. She won't tell me. Ask. You better verify that. Talking what she likes. You dummy. Get your ass checked. Man, you are still a caveman. You need to evolve. You still have a child mentality. Pretty much, bro. You got control issues, partner. And guess what? That's how somebody takes your woman. By the way, just so you know. Not that I would know, because that's not my game, but that's how somebody yours will take your woman from you. You'll lose your shit quick. Believe that. All of that. all of that. Trust me. Johnny make him relaxed. Johnny make him relaxed. Gonna be right there looking for you, sir, because you know what they think. Dudes getting married. What is this? Dudes get married. Dudes get married and suddenly become psychic. Yeah, the Black Parent says it's called communications. Yes, it is exactly called that. Like, if she can be taken, she wasn't yours. If you got to control her, she's not yours. Exactly. Oh, but here's the thing. She's not yours. Breaking news. She's not yours. She does not belong to you. There you go. Breaking news. She is there voluntarily. You do not own that woman. You don't own her. You don't. You can get that shit through your head. You do not own your kids. You do not own your wife. Okay? You do not own your kids. You do not own your wife. They're not there as servants and peasants in your kingdom. But okay, you have some unhappy ass kids and an unhappy ass wife, which is going to make your ass unhappy. Cy Gray said, being married is volunteered work. The only obligations you have are to honor your vows to God. My wife loves me because she chose to, not because I made her. Same thing the other way around. Exactly, bro. God dog, get a healthy relationship mentality. I'm telling you, you can still go south. She ain't got to cut her hair. She can cut her hair when she feels like cutting her hair. She gets to cut her hair when she wants to cut her hair. She can put makeup on if she feels like it. She can take makeup off if she feels like it. If she gains some weight, okay, baby, you gain some weight. If she wants to lose some weight, she can do that. All of that, dog. She's free. She is free. You are free. You are free. Fanon, he's giving me a headache. Delete him. I have a good weekend, dummy. It was how he's raised. I'm very independent, and I'm not going to let no man tell me what I can and cannot do. Exactly. And you would be in business with people like me. You got me confused. I'm not even interested in telling you all of that. Thank you, Cy Gray. But you a weak man. You weak. I'm weak because I don't want a slave. I don't want a slave. No, thank you. I want a willing partner. I want a willing partner. And I mean it. And I ain't none of this. I ain't into, I'm going to tell you what I don't want. I don't want to cohabitate. I don't want I want a monogamous relationship with a person that is free to choose. Okay. And we'll share names. We'll share bills. We'll share a living organ. We will raise a family together who are both our children and grandkids and all of that. We can have burial plots next to each other. I won't even care. I'll be dead. But hey, man, all of the above, dog. Share insurance, all of that, and make life better for each other. Not trying to make not trying to make people's life worse because you're going to be a troll in your own house. Ray Davis said, this ninja out here talking super sensitive like he was bullied by his older sisters all his life and wants revenge. Yeah, man, y'all are just tripping. Let me click this link, though. Let somebody help me change my facts, man. Let me not change my facts. Change the subject. Somebody help me change the subject, please. Because I don't mind the subject, but seriously, I don't like you. I don't like all of that. You guys are just talking, bro. He said, I'd rather be alone and pay all my bills. Here's the problem with that, T. Orlando. I know that I'm going to get old. I know that I may get sick. And I may very well need my children. And I very well may need my wife. If I get old, and when I get old, and when I get sick, because that happens to everybody. So that's not me. I prefer a little security in my life. I prefer a little security beyond money in my life. Like, it's a community. You need a community. But anyway, it is what it is with all that. I got to check something real quick because that was a fun conversation. It really was. But let me see if my disappointment continues. It doesn't continue. Thank you. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Sorry, man. Give me 1 second. All right. Hey, what's up, OG? I'm chilling, man. I can't complain, man. Wife, PS5 is better than wife. I don't know how you pay that. Fanon, did you see Conor Benn say Boots is on his hit list, man? Conor Benn, dude, first of all, Conor Benn, I will never support Conor Benn. Eddie Hearn, I think, is one of the worst. Dude, he is terrible for boxing, without a doubt. You got this man got popped dirty. You got this man who popped dirty. And you're gonna have him fight in Florida. And even though you know that this man has not been cleared in the UK, I don't even care, dude. But if he fights Jaron Ennis, he's gonna, man, please. That man's gonna get murked if he fights Jaron Ennis. But let it be, man. Let it be if he wants. If you want it, let's make it happen. Fanon, and once again, thanks for being real and teaching us brothers how to behave. I have my oldest son watch some of the lessons, so he knows that I'm not just blowing smoke when I give them life lessons. Yeah, a lot of people think that, man. A lot of people think you give them, dude, I wasn't always like this. I just made a big mistake and I realized real quick. Okay, dude, first of all, jealousy is not cool. It hurts you. Said Mr. Pragmatic said, damn, I'm lucky I have a wonderful marriage. I wouldn't want to be single again. Neither would I. Why would I want to be single? That shit, no way. I don't want to be single. Heck no. Man, do you know how much trouble I would get in as single? Now, T. Orlando, you don't ever come home. So for you, okay. I'm done. Richard Bear said, I'm done being married. People be getting married for the wrong reasons. Now, I know that's true. That is definitely true. Hey, my guy. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for your support, sir. He says, can't super chat, keep spreading the logic. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you, sir. Will do, man. I don't get it, man. I listen to a lot of y'all talk about all that stuff, man. Most of these cats be single from single family homes, bro. Most of the men talking all that controlling stuff come from single parent homes. Or homes, yeah, single parent homes. Dog, that shit don't work like that. Like, it don't work well like that. I've never seen a successful marriage that did work like that. Where you running everything and you can act like you're running everything. And she can want to make it look like you're running everything. But dog, I have Bees said I have a wonderful, caring, loving wife. Couldn't imagine living without her. Dude, man, exactly. Man. He said T. Orlando got a sleep number bed, and he does. He said if you're not married, you're single, dated or not. Now that is true. And they're single single as a Pringle. Yeah, it's just insecurities. Yeah, man. I mean, I listen to people all the time doing that stock on that stuff. It shocks me. I'm like, you what? You're gonna do what? Like, huh? And you think that's gonna continue to fly? She just waiting to replace you, partner. Or you got somebody, you got a woman that is really not worth being with. That's an option. You know what I mean? You got somebody that's not worth somebody's not worth being with. Somebody that has been browbeaten and beaten down in her life. In that case, I would say, look, man, I'm about to try to get you a little bit more confident. You know what I mean? I want you to be a little bit more. I want you to be, okay, you got these insecurities. Let's get rid of those. If I'll stay single, there's a new crop every year. Spoken like, hey, how old are you? What'd you get out? Like 98? No, you didn't get out in the 90s. You was in, how old are you, T. Orlando? What are you, about 30? You in your 30s, ain't you? You in your 30s. That's all right, though. Do you, man? Some people are meant to be single. Some people are meant to be some people are meant to be single because they desire to be single. That's cool. 44. Okay, yeah. UGA Law 2006. That's what's up. Oh man, yeah, 44, man. Oh, that's a good year. Yeah, that's right. You're 10 years younger than me, man. You're a little young buck. What time are the weigh-ins? I think they're 4:30. Let me look. The weigh-in is at 4:30 p.m. today. Is the weigh-in. 4:30 today. Efren said 42. Yeah, that's good. 44. Yeah, you might as well go ahead and stay single, dog. Because you get kids, you can be old as hell with some kids. You better stay single. You're going to be in your 60s. You're going to be paying your kids' bills into your 70s. If you don't come along, dog, heck no. I made sure I cut out in my 30s, and I took a long time then. My guy on the channel, So Deep Kids, been going out the house. Got a Corvette club and a 9 million square foot house. You know what I'm saying? No kids. Okay. Oh, say 2 kids from the first marriage. He said 45, married and off the leash because I show trust and love to my queen. Yeah, man, I ain't on the leash, dog. I don't even go nowhere to be on the leash. Only reason my wife asks me where I am, she'd be like, hold on, you in the house all the time. Why in the world are you leaving? Now, if I get out of yep, just bought a house, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I'm talking about my guy. So deep. I was talking about so deep. That's the only reason my wife be asking me. He's like, man, if you leaving the house, what's up? What happened? You switching up patterns on me. I don't trust that. Leaving the house? My kids don't even assume I want to leave the house, dog. But I ain't gonna tell you, man. I'll tell you why I'd never leave the house. Because I went through about maybe 6 months of being away from my kids. Man, I hated that shit. I was like, this is the worst time in my life, bar none. It was the worst. I went 6 months from being away from my wife and kids. And it was the worst time of my entire life. It had to be close to the worst time in my entire life. Like, it's definitely top 2. Definitely top 2. Way up there with the worst. It was like, dude, seriously, 6 months felt like 6 years. This shit was so bad because I had a prospect that I wouldn't be going back to him. Like, oh no. God. That much time away from my kids? Oh Lord. No, I had 6 months of misery. That's freedom I did not want. Yeah, I guess if you call unemployment freedom, even though it wasn't unemployment, but if you call unemployment freedom, oh, you free. You don't have to work today. All of a sudden, you be like, hold on, what? I ain't got to work today. Yeah, but the only problem is you won't be making no money either. I'm all right. I'll show up to work. What's up, Rick Sims? Yeah, I don't talk about the Bible, man. I don't want to get anybody mad about the Bible. Haven't read the Bible outside of prospects in a long time. Decades. Matthew Thomas said, who's coming out to Vegas for the fight? Shout out, let's get together. Yes, sure. All right, man. So we're going to take a couple more callers. Otherwise, I'm going to get off here a little early today. I got to tell y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. Hold on a second. Yes, sir. Hey, Gregory Pratt, I got that. Put this link in here. Y'all didn't want to argue with me today, huh? Only passage you need is to know Haney 3:16. No, I haven't. Let me tell you why. Because first of all, you got to understand something about me. Let me tell you why I haven't read the Bible in a long time. Because number one, I'm very, very, very smart. And between the ages of about, let's say, the time I was conscious, till about the age of 14, I listened to Bible lectures consistently the entire time. So at a point in time, I said, I got the point. Yeah, I'll continue. I was at a point in time, I get the point. I understood it. I knew all the Bible verse. I knew all the Bible. I could tell you all the books of the Bible. I've heard lectures. I've heard speeches on every single solitary topic that there was, from the Old Testament to the New Testament. You know what I'm saying? From Genesis to Revelations. Trust you me, I had listened to every bit of it. I had heard all of it, and I'm still, in all these years, when I listen to people talk, it's still not bringing up anything that I haven't heard before. Okay? Got it? But then there was this thing that said, you know, when I was a child, I thought as a child, I acted as a child. But when I was a man, I put away childish things. So I tried to kind of dared myself to try and thought to myself, hey, if you can know God, then you don't need this book. Because they said you can know and you can have a personal relationship with God. And I believe my pastor that says you can know and have a personal relationship with God. So I thought to myself, well, if I can know God and have a personal relationship with God, then what do I need this Bible for? I don't. Kind of like if I can remember all these phone numbers, what do I need the phone book for? If I can just memorize all the numbers. Do you need the phone book? No, you don't. So I went on a path of trying to figure out how I can know God and have a personal relationship with God. And that's where I went. That's what I headed towards. And I think I have it. I think I know God. I think I have. I know God. I know I have a personal relationship with God. So I don't need that book. And honestly, man, I think the book makes you lazy. That's what I think. I don't think you can get to a certain level with it. I think you have to get to a certain level without it. Similar to the way that Barry Robinson of A Million Games Boxing used to talk about boxing. Well, he talked about boxing saying, look, at a certain level, you got to throw away the book. There's these fighters are doing things at a certain level where they're doing things that are not textbook. So that just being textbook is not enough. You got to be able to go beyond the textbook because everybody knows the textbook. So I think you got to get out of the textbook. So it's not that I do not believe that I do not. It's not that I do not know God because that's is what it is. Hey said for now, what you do to Kamal Oz? No more boxing news breaks. I don't know, man. I don't think I did anything to him, but he's not come back around in a while. So hopefully he'll come back again. Or I'll run in him on a panel. It is what it is. I don't know. I've sent him some notes. I haven't heard back from him. I also sent John Boy some notes, and I haven't heard back from John Boy either. First Merch is dumb said Fury, Usyk signed, gonna be undisputed. Where'd you get that from, Merch is dumb? I think you're trolling me. You stay out of trouble in the house. Yeah, for sure. There ain't nothing good after nighttime. There ain't nothing good outside your house after dark. Unless you got to make an emergency run to the store. That's it. Yes, it's official. Oh, he didn't act like a jerk. Let me see. Good for them. ESPN being forced to make fights. Hold on one second. Let me go. Good deal. Great. Let's go boxing. For Winter Clash, so it's coming up. Oh, Mike Coppinger. Oh, well, they'll know because it's ESPN. Tyson Fury, Usyk have signed contracts for undisputed heavyweight title fight in Saudi Arabia. Multiple sources told ESPN on Friday the fight could take place on December 31st or sometime in January. Yeah, that's what's up. Good job. Awesome. Now I can be okay. That's great. That's great news. Oh, or November or January. That's what's up. Good news. Good news. Good news. That's great. Thank you. Yeah, I'm late. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm late. I didn't know. It just came out. It came out. Man, shit came out 10 minutes ago. Came out 10 minutes ago. Awesome. Hey, did you really tell me? Is this true that Jermell Tappinger just broke news that Jermell will make his pound for pound list before Jamal, whatever happens? I mean, who cares? How's that news? Bible needs proper interpretation. Without interpretation is poison. It's a poison. And look, man, you just got to be careful because people are giving you. They're basically a lot of times in church, people are using the Bible to back up their opinion. And I know a lot of preachers that I was in church with as a child. So, dog, I'm not trying to hear what they got to tell me. You got me twisted. You're saying the same thing that they were saying when we were kids. No, I would take Mike Coppinger. I would take Mike Coppinger on things related to ESPN. Because he's not going to put that. Yeah, I know the translation is off, but still it doesn't matter. None of that matters, bro. None of that matters. To me, none of it matters. I get the point. You got to get to the point. For me, it's the point. And I think I understand the point. You say, yo, Fanon, I'm back with another journeyman. Zang Gang 2024. Who's the journeyman? Look, I'm just happy that they're making that fight. He said, exactly. I know a so-called reverend who was the biggest in college and high school. Now she want to preach. If you... Look, man, a lot of these people use God. A lot of people use God use church as a way as church is a way to shed their guilt. They use it as a way to absolve them of their guilt. And then they go out on Monday morning and go through Saturday and do the same stuff. And then they build up their guilt again. And they jump in there and go to church and they drop some money off to get rid of their guilt. Okay? That's what I see. You go, and oh, I feel really good. I feel enlightened. How was the word? How did it make you feel? It made me feel so good. And then you back on Sunday. You back. Yeah, I listen to Boogie Down Productions. Yeah, I got dog. Trust me, man. Look, all you have to do is contemplate God for like 40 years. True story, man. True story. I know I'm losing my audience, but this is for real. I had a miserable childhood. Miserable. Like absolutely otherworld miserable as a child. And I got baptized when I was 11 years old. And the person that introduced me to God and the power of God was Muhammad Ali. Because Muhammad Ali, I would see those tapes of Muhammad Ali, and he'd be like, I shook up the world. If God is with me, can't nobody be against me. And I listened to him and his love for God. And I was like, hey, man, I loved Ali. Ali gave praise to God. So God sunk with me right away. So, and I got baptized. And was dead serious about getting baptized when I was 11 years old. So I got baptized, and they, the whole Baptist church stick you under the water, like you get dang near drowned. Like I still remember going under the water. They dip you down, boot underneath the water, come up out the water, and I was baptized at 11 years old. And I have been contemplating God every day ever since. Never stopped, never will. T. Wells says, salute for not in the chat. A little something on the pay-per-view tomorrow. My grandfather was a pastor, and I saw a lot of hypocrisy in churches across the city. Of course. Of course you did. Of course you did. Of course you did. Is God Allah? That's the name you give God. To me, God is good. To me, God is good. That's the only thing I can say about it. To me, God is good. Yeah, he is. He, she is. God is good. You can say Allah. You can say whatever you want to say. Doesn't make me a difference. A rose by any other name is still a rose. Pronounce it however you want it. Whatever. Think about it. Conceptualize it any way you want it. It's still going to be short of what it is any way you go. You can't come to a conclusion on that stuff. So that's beyond you. You'll search forever and you'll never get there. So it's no need. Amen. Bless the name of the Lord. Absolutely. You're speaking too much truth, Richard P. A lot of folks are still bound, can't comprehend so much so soon. What is that? Who are still bound, can't. What did Richard P. say? I didn't know what Richard Paris said. Man, they pulled the whole books from the Bible over the years. Oh, yeah, of course. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. Look, man, that's the name you get. Somebody has to give you a name. Something that is named is given a name. Nobody can give that a name. It's just something to refer to you as. You can't give something beyond name a name. Okay? Can't do it. It's every name, no name, all of it. Trying to tell you, man, y'all need to study. You need to study. You'll fall for less traps. I don't want to hear none of it, and I mean it. Is there any testing for this fight? I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. But look, I am going to get out of here a little early today, man. I want to say thank you to everybody that came by and chopped that up with me this week in this last marathon live stream. I'm not going to be on tomorrow morning. So please make sure we are going to be with OG Boxing Talk. Saturday night, I'm going to call a fight. On OG Boxing Talk, I'm going to call OG Boxing Talk. Me and Blood Boxing will be back, and we'll cover the card and all that good old stuff. But with that, I'm about to bounce up out of here, man. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. I think I'm going to be able to enjoy the rest of the day. You know what? Once you learn that you're a god yourself, all that religious indoctrination flies out the window. Richard, man, we should have that conversation sometime. We should have that conversation sometime. I always ask, how is a name that's because they're looking back into history books. They're looking at history books and what it was called first. I'm not into, I'm okay on all the books. I'm okay on all the books. If you can't see God in the sky and the trees, in your breath, if you can't see it and all of that, why you need books? I'm still understanding. Why do you need books? Why? Why do you need language? Why do you need any of that? Well, we believe in aliens, so I believe in aliens. I think some of y'all. Mr. Fanon, definitely have a chat on God is the most important conversation we could have today. It is. I understand that 100%. But I'm just telling you, I'm a little witchy for some of your likings. I'm a little bit witchy for y'all, some of y'all's likings. And that's why I don't do a lot of talk about it. Because, I mean, I do talk about it, but I'm a little witchy for your likings. Like, some of y'all would want to, seriously go find a tree to burn me on if I told you what I really think. And it's backed by enough proof for me. Anyway, the Bible and the Holy Quran was given us to bring us back to who we were. We have to study. No, I do not have to study the Quran or the Bible. I don't have to study either one. No, I do not. Other animals don't have to study those books. Jesus didn't study the Bible. Muhammad didn't study the Quran. Buddha didn't study Buddhism. Did they? Study if you ain't animals. You are an animal. Toasty Topics. You are an animal. What proof do I have to back my claim? Easy. The Bible was written after Jesus was gone. So how did he read something that wasn't written till after he was gone? I don't believe Muhammad could read or write. So how could he study a book that was written and he couldn't read or write? That's my understanding, that the Prophet Muhammad couldn't read or write. How could he read something and study something if he can't read and write? Very interesting. How? Easy. They didn't study that book because the book wasn't written. So I know they didn't read it. So since I know they didn't read it, how did they get it? No, he didn't read it. You guys are tripping. I don't want this. I'm not going to have this link. I'm not going to have this discussion. You guys go follow the religion that you want to follow. Do you? Don't tell me what I'm going to do with me. I'm not going to sit up in here and debate and argue with you what the book you follow says. That's your beliefs. Those are your religions. Have at it. Knock yourself out. I personally think you can find God in a cup. I think that you cannot avoid an understanding of God at all because you're totally subsumed by it. But you do you. It was not revealed to him, though. It was revealed through him. No, I don't want to talk about it. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. If it was revealed, if the Holy Quran was revealed through the Prophet Muhammad, then it is entirely possible for God to reveal something to you through you. Through him. Great. It was revealed to you through him. It wasn't revealed to him through him. It was revealed to him by God. Bro, this is just basic logic. It was revealed to Muhammad by God. It was revealed to Jesus by God. So there is nothing preventing God from revealing it to you through you. Maybe you should ask. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you should ask. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding, but only in expressing his opinion. Yeah, like you. You are a fool. A fool takes no pleasure in understanding. Okay, so it doesn't seem to me like you're taking any pleasure in me sharing with you my understanding. And you are only expressing your opinion. Both of those things apply to you. Easy. You just described what you're doing. I didn't say I've never read the Bible. I never said I've never studied the Bible. I never said that I never studied the Quran. I have studied the Bible. Absolutely. I'm familiar with the Quran. I'm familiar with the Torah. I'm familiar with Buddhism. I'm familiar with all that. I spent years studying it. Years. I believe that I've read over 40 books. At a point in time, I was reading 40 books a year. You are assuming that I didn't study that. I have studied it. And let me tell you what I did. I studied my way clear out of it. Because I understand it. And then I went on and I studied other things. Like the dirt and the stars and physics and logic. I've studied a lot of that. A lot. I've had personal spiritual experiences. A lot of it. Not everything is in that book. Sorry to break it to you. All of it is opinion. It's all opinion. And do not tell me I don't know what you're writing, sir. You're not being honest at this point. You quoted me. You are clearly talking to me when you said a fool takes no pleasure from understanding. And then what was the rest of that about? Only wants to express opinions. You are just talking to hear yourself. You're just bumping your lips. You're just bumping your lips. You have your religion. Enjoy your religion because your religion more than likely can get you to where you need to be. I have no problem with anybody following a religion if that religion gets you to where you need to be. I had a religion Excuse me. Now you're calling me overly emotional. Toasty Topics, you're being a troll on the subject matter of religion. I don't have a lot of time for your rules and regulations, sir. I don't want it. I don't need your rules and your regulations. I don't need them. I'm telling you, I do not need them. I know God. I do not need your rules and regulations. I don't need your instruction manual. I don't need it. I needed it at a time. I don't need it now. So have fun with it. Hope it works for you. But I don't need it. And I will tell any and everybody I don't need it. I love God. I know full well God. I know what God does for me. I've experienced it. I felt it. I don't need for you to tell me what it says in this chapter in verse of Proverbs. I don't need it. It is a nice to have. It is not needed. Do to others as you would have them do unto you. And a more metaphysical understanding of the relationship between things in existence and things that are not in existence, and an understanding that you yourself cannot know all things or know all non-things. I've gotten to where I need to be efficient in my life, where I feel okay with my understanding. I do not need to bow down. I do not need to sit in your chair and listen to you talk to me for an hour and a half. I don't need to do it. I don't think that it is profitable for me. I think that it is profitable for other people at other stages. Just like I personally do not need for somebody to explain to me the rules of boxing. I've watched enough boxing matches. I've been around enough. I know what a standing 8 count is. I know what a 10 count is. I know what happens when the bell rings. I know what those, you don't need to give me the rule book on boxing. I've watched boxing long enough. The job now is to abide by the rules that I now understand and to be disciplined and be appreciative of the rules that I now understand. How long do you think it takes a human being to come to an understanding of the religion that they need in their life to allow them to live in a productive and constructive manner? If it takes you 50 years, if it would have taken me 44 years and I still need to go back, then that's not about me learning anything in there. That's about me being a part of a community and supporting a community of believers. And since I don't know anybody that believes just like I believe, dog, I'm not going in there supporting a community of my fellow believers because you don't believe what I believe, clearly. Hey, Super Sickers, thank you, Silva. And I don't mind talking about it, but I do got to go. But you're not going to guilt trip me, brother. Believe it. You're never going to guilt trip me. All right, back to boxing, but I'm out of here, man. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, and I'm out. Deuces.